Hi, fans of high quality entertainment, I am back! Anyway, yeah, I was at Molly's for 3 days and seeing our kittens, Bo and Missy. Yes, we did change their names. Now, Bo was originally called Bo. And, you know, sometimes, it's early, they're just kittens. They don't know their names, so it doesn't matter. But, it took a few days to finally decide, permanently their names. And I know some people were kind of expecting me to name them John and Yoko or Ron and Russell. I'm just, Molly and I aren't into, just because I love music so much, I'm not going to name my pet, but, Lou Reed or whatever. I think it's kind of silly. We want cute, names that match the kittens. And so we're very happy having the original name of Bo and Missy. And they're just perfect names. And there's going to be a little clip in here, which was pretty funny, of, I was showing Molly the video of Glenn showing the t-shirt that I gave him. And one of the cats, I think it was Missy, was watching him. So you'll be seeing that maybe at the end of this video. Anyway, in the early 70s, I was a big fan of Uriah Heep. Not for too many years, but in the early 70s, I was a big fan. The first album I ever bought on vinyl was The Magician's Birthday. And then I bought the previous album, which I loved even more than The Magician's Birthday, Demons and Wizards. And this one, excuse me, is, yeah, it's like a deluxe set with a lot of bonus tracks. There. So yeah, I was a big fan of these two. I never bought Sweet Freedom. I was young, I didn't have the money. Or Uriah Heep Live. But later on, I bought Return to Fantasy, which was okay. I wasn't that impressed with it. And Wonderworld, which was before that, which also was kind of mediocre. It was okay. And the last one I ever bought for many years was High and Mighty. And that was it. I still loved the early Uriah Heep albums, Demons and Wizards and The Magician's Birthday. But other than that, I kind of moved on to other things. And with the CD exchange with my buddy Glenn Kellaway from the basement, at one point he gave me, because he's a big fan of, the David Byron years of Uriah Heep, he gave me their debut album, which I'd never heard, the whole album before. Very heavy, very humble. And that's actually David Byron, the lead singer, in disguise there on the cover. And I was so impressed with this that I ended up buying it. And that's the American-Canadian cover. And that's the UK cover. And this is, once again, a deluxe version. The original LP remastered, and CD2, an alternate, very heavy, very humble, which I've never played. I will check it out at some point. Maybe somebody can let me know what they think about it. But there it is there. And then, yeah, and then in future, in the last maybe year or so, Glenn gave me 2 more Uriah Heep albums because I wanted more to, check out these albums I never heard. And so he gave me his favorite, which is Salisbury, with his favorite Uriah Heep song, Salisbury. And guess what? That's right, I ordered this about a month ago. And Look at Yourself, which was another one that Glenn gave me in our CD exchange. And like I said, I was just so impressed with all of these albums. So I've kind of, I have a new respect for Uriah Heep. And I know, they put out good albums throughout the years later on, but my main focus is early Uriah Heep. And I actually even went back and listened to Wonder World again and Return to Fantasy, parts of it on Spotify. And it's like, you know what? It's actually, it's not as good as these early albums, but it's not bad. It's, at some point I probably will buy them. So let's open up this one first. Salisbury. This is just the main, oh, there are bonus tracks. I had to get a knife. Okay. Yeah, I ordered these maybe about a month ago on Amazon. So I will be playing these tonight for sure. There it is. Nice booklet. Goes that way. There's the band. Yeah, I'm like I said, a new respect for them, and especially David Byron as a singer. I always thought he was good, right? But with all of these albums, it's like he's more than good. He was a great singer. And it's, kind of sad. He had his problems with alcohol and whatever else. That's the other cover for Salisbury. Of course, I don't know which, yeah, I don't know if I like that one too much. That's the better of the two. Comes with the lyrics. All right. Yeah, so I definitely want to order Uriah Heep live, probably next. Maybe Sweet Freedom. I know it's not as strong, but I haven't heard the whole album, and I'd like to hear it. And this has a hype sticker. It won't focus because it's so shiny. All right, let's take this off. Yeah, I remember seeing this in record stores, when it came out, and Look at Yourself, and you could see yourself, and it would really freak me out, man. Let's see if I can save the hype sticker. That's what I always say. I never used to usually bother with them, but now I do. I try and save them. So there it is there. 2 CD set of Heep's 1971 LP, which established the band as an international arena act. CD1, the original LP remastered by noted engineer Andy Pierce. CD2, 11 previously unreleased versions of Heep tracks. It includes booklet with extensive liner notes and interviews with the band. Okay. So I'm gonna, there. Now where will I place this? I'm going to place it right there. There. Looking good. It's very shiny, isn't it? Well, the CD almost fell out. It's not broken, just wasn't locked in there. And a booklet. So yeah, I'd love your thoughts on Uriah Heep, these early albums. Which are your favorites? Did you follow their whole career? Lots of stuff to read. Yeah, very nice booklet. So the Magician's Birthday, the one I have, isn't a no, it is the deluxe version. The one for Demons and Wizards, I would like to get the deluxe version. This is just your regular CD, but you know, it sounds great. So yeah, oh, there's a nice, cool picture of them. Like I said, it's very shiny though. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing these tonight. It's going to be a Uriah Heep kind of a night. And so thanks for watching. Like I said, excited to hear, you know, if you're a fan of Uriah Heep, your thoughts on these albums, all of them. And even, you know, Wonder World and Return to Fantasy, High and Mighty. And that's about it. And here is the bonus with our cat Missy watching Glenn on YouTube. Bye.
Back in the basement where he belongs. The long journey home, man. Oh, got home at 9 o'clock last night. I'm anxious to get some videos in. I got some cool stuff here to talk about. First of all, I drove my friend Larry to the train station today. One-way ticket out of town. Anyway, Larry was kind enough to get me this cool t-shirt. Right in the mic. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Wow, Larry, you were a good man. He also gave me this amazing King Crimson book. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I hope Larry didn't have this in the bathroom with him. You know, people keep magazine racks in their bathroom. Ooh. Okay, next. Our good friend Morris Gotro from the East Coast. He gifted me a couple of CDs that he thought I might like. So this is a tribute to Buddy Rich, Burning for Buddy, a tribute to the music of Buddy Rich, Volume 1 and 2. It was pretty cool. Buddy Rich was such a great musician. But the drummers on this, Kenny Aronoff, Bill Bruford, Bill Cobham, Steve Froese, Steve Gadd, Neil Peart, Simon Phillips,